up, guys? I finally got my first striper of 2023, and I did get a few of them. You saw Miguel catch one on the trout magnet in a previous video. He caught 4 more in a video that I haven't posted yet, but it will be done soon. I'm doing this video first because it's a lot shorter. I don't have a lot of time to edit tonight, so I'm going to do this one first. But stay tuned and you'll see Miguel catch 4 stripers right next to me while I catch nothing. Or actually, I think I caught a white perch that day, but I mean, that's nothing crazy. That's nothing that cool. Especially when you're striper fishing and expecting a big striper.
You go down here and my ride. My brother, we had a double hit down here. I got it on film, my brother and I. He couldn't even stop the fish.
Oh yeah?
This was last year, yeah.
That's awesome.
We killed them last year, man, down here. It was really hot last year, man.
My buddy caught one like 55 pounds.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. They were big like that here last year. I had one I couldn't stop. My brother had one he couldn't stop. Rest, I didn't miss any more after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I redid my rigs and everything, put them game got tools on. I said, I got something for you. And I caught about 10 here last year.
That's awesome. I think that guy's throwing a short back. There was like 10 guys lined up down the beach, and one guy down the beach was throwing a short fish back. All right, have a nice night.
You too, boss.
Good luck. I was getting bitten with this all day, so I was slow to get the rod. But at this point, I was just waiting for it to bend over. Every other time I got bit like this, I picked the rod up and nothing. Catfish. First striper of 2023, baby. Finally got one. Lost it. I know. Keep a close eye on that second rod further away. My SP minnow was still out in the water, so I was trying to steer the fish away from that. I was trying to avoid getting it all tangled in treble hooks and braided line. guys are a lot stronger than you think. You better have a good grip and strong wrist when you're lipping them. Even one this small. When you're releasing a striper, you have to revive it. I don't care if you're on a dock, on a jetty, on a boat. Get off the dock, get off the jetty, go down to the water and revive it. Don't just throw it back in and hope for the best, because if you do that, it might not ever swim off. It could just get washed up on the beach, washed up under the pier, banged into the pilings, banged into the rock. You really gotta revive these guys and make sure they swim off. I always wear waders when striper fishing. That way I can do stuff like this way more easily. The way I like to revive them is just moving them back and forth in the water like I'm doing here. I'm busy putting bloodworms on and my rod got slammed. I had no clue. Got another one. I'm going to show you a quick clip on the rig I like to use while using bloodworms to catch stripers. I use a lot of different baits to catch stripers, but in this particular video, I'm using an SP minnow, which I didn't catch anything on in this video, and I'm using bloodworms. What's up guys? In this clip, I'm going to be showing you how to tie the rig I like to use to catch striped bass on bloodworms. For my leader line, I like to use 20 to 30 pound monofilament. It's cheaper than fluoro, and I think it works just as good. For my main line, I like to use 20 to 30 pound braided Power Pro. I prefer yellow. I do a lot of fishing at night. It makes it a little bit easier to help see the line at night. You need a fish finder, pyramid sinker. I like the pyramid sinkers over Sputniks. I feel like Sputniks are just overkill. The round sinkers just don't hold the bottom as good. I've always done well with these pyramid sinkers. An 8 to 9/0 circle hook, which is required in the state of New Jersey to catch stripers, striped bass, while using bait. I'm going to start off by showing you the knot I used to tie to my hook. I like to use the upgraded clinch knot, which is pretty easy to tie. I think, honestly, it's probably most fishermen's first knot. It's like on top of kids' tackle boxes. It comes in like most directions. It's one of the simplest knots to tie. I've never had it fail, so I never stopped tying it. My dad showed me how to tie this when I was a little kid. You start out by putting the line through the eyelet and pulling it back up along the main line. You put your finger there and wrap it around 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Wrapped it around 7 times, and now you're going to want to put your tag end through this loop here. Okay? So tag end through the loop. Right there. And now you've just created another loop right here. You're going to want to put your tag end through the new loop. Okay? Just like that. And now you have to lubricate the knot. I only do this with mono or fluoro because when you pull the knot tight dry, you can overheat the knot and it can break on you. So lubricate it with some kind of water, spit, whatever. I just use spit. And then you just pull it tight. I like to help the knot slide down sometimes, just like that. You could just pull it and it'll go, but I like to help the knot. Push down on the top of the knot, make sure it's completely tight. That way you don't have any slippage if you hook a fish. I'm not sure how clear that is, but that's what it should look like. It should look like almost like a snowman of knots, a pyramid of knots, pyramid of line. wrapped around. Alright, that's the knot I tie to my hook. Next we're going to move on to putting the weight on and tying to your leader line. 2 to 3 foot of leader. There we go. Keep pulling. I've got about 2.5 foot there. And I don't have any pliers handy, so I have my fillet knife. Leader line, main line. Now, this rig I'm showing you, I use for braid. With mono, you're gonna have to use a swivel. I don't use a swivel, so what you're gonna want to do is put your fish finder on. You can put your weight on now or later. I usually do it later when I'm ready to bait the hook. That way I don't have my weight swinging on the line when I'm trying to tie knots. Fish finder on. Next you're gonna put your bead on. The bead's on. This knot, I'm pretty sure is called the Alberto knot. My friend Adam showed me how to tie it years ago, and I just didn't forget how to tie it. I don't remember what he said it was called, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Alberto knot. So what you're gonna do is take your leader line, and you're gonna bend it like that at one point. I use about 4 inches. You're gonna put your main line through the loop like that. And you want about 6 inches of main line pulled through the leader line. Like that. Okay. Now you're going to want to wrap your main line around the leader line 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Wrapped around 7 times. Now you want to wrap it around 7 times going back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, there we go. Now, this line is going from the top through the loop and out the bottom. You want to make sure you do that after your 7th loop going back up. Through the top, out the bottom. Same as the line going in. And then all you have to do is pull it tight. And again, I like to use my fingers to help the knot slide tighter. Just like that. And that's all it is. It's just like a clinch knot. The braid just wraps around that so tightly, it clinches down on it, and it just holds. This knot, a lot of people are skeptical of, but I've caught 300-pound Goliath grouper on this knot using 80-pound braid and tying it to 350-pound monofilament. Here's what it'll look like after you cut your tag ends. After you cut your tag ends, you've got a nice clean knot, and check this out. The bead gets stopped by the knot. That way, when your weight comes behind it, it stops the weight too. Now you don't have to use a swivel. Save money. And that's how you tie a striper rig for bloodworms. Thanks for watching.